Relajando family, what's happening?
What's up, man?
Chileando aquí, ya tú sabes.
Ya
¿no?
tú sabes, chilling poca.
Ajá, chilling podcast.
En el chilling poca.
Ya.
Dímelo, loco.
Pero no en la papca.
No en Apopka.
No.
No, eso está
Aquí,
muy lejos.
En la ciudad de Deltona.
La ciudad
De
de
destino.
destino.
Alaba. What's happening, family?
What's up, mi gente? ¿Qué es lo que es?
Aquí estamos relajando en serio every week. You already know.
Ya tú sabes, estamos activos, papá.
Yes, sir. This is your brother Joey.
En Geo right here, ya tú sabes.
Y estamos aquí en vivo
Y directo.
y en todo color.
Y estamos HD.
That's right.
Estamos hoy como que
Disparado.
alienígena, como que verde y eso.
Alguien es verde.
Estamos como verde, yo no sé.
Sí, estoy viendo algo atrás de nosotros.
Hoy está
ahí.
como que el color verde, así.
Estamos green light.
Green light, dale con todo
You
para
know?
allá.
Green
Ya.
Lantern.
No. Hoy tuvimos un día bonito hoy, bro.
Sí.
Qué bonito, loco.
Iglesia, Cookie Bakery.
Cookie Bakery.
Y después.
Pero no diga duro porque que yo no.
Oh, ¿verdad? Porque eso se llena. Esa vaina se llena.
Eso se
también.
llena.
And we don't
Pero
want-
uno nunca sabe, loco.
Nunca sabe.
You know, like, all we have to do is just sell the idea.
I mean, hey.
You know?
El Don Coquí.
Don Coqui.
Ya tú sabes.
¿Cómo es que va a ser el Coqui? El Don.
Te quedó buena. Te quedó
Está buena. Viste, pero nosotros podemos hacer un anuncio.
Oh, yeah. Don,
Ya tú sabes.
tell us what you think. And tell us, have you been to Cookie Bakery? That's
Bro, for
is
real.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Ya, pero no siga porque que.
No, sí.
Esto es
todavía
gratis,
no, todavía no,
todavía.
sí, todavía no estamos.
Tampoco así.
No,
No.
estamos todavía.
No.
Official.
Hey, pero, I want to give a shout out to the Volusia County. It was Volusia County?
Volusia County, yeah.
Shooting range
Shooting range, yeah.
in Daytona.
Place is dope.
Legit.
First time I've gone,
Legit.
and it's pretty cool.
I liked it.
It's outdoor,
Outdoor.
but you're not melting. They got
I
shades.
oh,
they got
yeah.
seating.
That's what I like, though. It's outdoor, but you still have shade. No te da el
Yeah.
sol.
They got fans in there.
Opening, like, big enough, like, opening up. Like, they.
Oh, yeah. Employees super cool.
Yo, I like
Yeah,
that guy, though.
I mean, it's loud, but it's
yeah.
super cool.
He called me, what was the name?
John Wick.
He called me Young Wick. So,
This guy was there just pra.
ya ustedes saben, no se meta conmigo.
Suave, loco, suave.
John Wick,
Suave, loco.
papá. Es que los tengo,
Oh,
los
he needs
tengo.
the suit.
Hey,
You got the beard already, you know?
¿viste?
Yeah. And
Hey.
you just gotta let the hair drop.
Se
You
puede,
know?
se puede.
And John Wick griego.
Hey, ya tú sabes, papá.
What's the Greek last name? John, with a W.
Yorgos
John Yorgos Wick.
Wick. Yorgos Wick.
I am Yorgos.
Oh, muchacho. No, the funny thing is, este hombre, I'm going to put the clip. I'm going to put the clip in here. Like, waving guns and stuff like that con loving shirt, like, love.
I mean, you can still love your intruder.
I mean,
you 3 balazos in, but, you know? I
Dios
still love you.
Dios nos manda ya a amar a nuestros
I mean,
enemigos.
it's a 4-letter word, and it's more than a 4-bullet clip.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
that's true.
I just spread more love.
Hey. Es un
Love thy enemies.
un amor sangriento.
Amor salvaje. ahí.
Amor salvaje. Eso no es una novela, loco.
Tal vez.
Tal vez.
Si no, hay que escribirla.
Ya tú sabes. No,
know?
pero saludo a Milton,
Yes. Milton. Y Abdiel.
Abdiel,
Abdi.
y Milton. Ya tú
Yes, sir.
sabes. La pasamos súper bien, guys.
Definitely.
We love you. We
Definitely.
hope to like make that again an official thing
Yeah, man, that'd be cool.
every
Consistente.
so often. Y gracias a las esposas
Yes, por dejarnos.
por dejarnos,
el tiempo,
tú sabes, el
tú sabes,
tiempo,
libre.
salir y
Steph.
compartir.
Gracias.
Tú sabes, como amigos, hermanos, compañeros, socios,
Yeah.
y you name it.
Yeah,
Ya, lo que venga.
that's right.
Ya tú sabes, pero
Y
gracias.
estamos
gracias.
armados, así que cuidado.
Estamos armados.
Con la palabra de Dios.
Exactamente.
Alaba la gloria de mi Padre.
Chacho. Estoy más poderoso que los rabacucos,
Imagínate.
papá.
Con espada
Chacho.
y un 9mm.
Bueno, en la época antes era con espalda, pero la espada ahora
Eso así.
con granada, con
Hay gente que
rifle.
está en contra de eso, pero tú sabes que we'll have a show one day hablando de...
We should.
porque-
Why y'all think? Should we talk about
Guns and Bibles.
guns and Bibles? Not Guns and Roses, Guns and
Right,
Bibles.
right. Right.
and see if we can.
Yeah.
Y el que no le guste, pues.
Guns y lirio. El lirio de
El
los valles.
lirio de Jehová. No, chacho.
Alaba.
No, pero la pasamos súper fino, súper heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Ya tú sabes, tremendo, o sea, tremendo servicio en el culto.
Yeah, man. You were killing on the drums, bro.
You think?
Yeah, man, you did a good job.
I don't know,
You did a
like,
good job.
I don't know, dude. Like, it was weird because compared to yesterday, it was,
Yeah. But I mean, yesterday you let it all, you were fully in.
yeah.
Today was kind of like man, I'm getting over yesterday. You know what I mean?
Well, true. Yeah, I was exhausted though.
Yeah. I'm sure.
I was exhausted.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, you guys had almost like an 8-hour event or something like that?
Yeah.
A whole
Yeah.
full shift.
Oh, yeah.
Full shift. This guy was in Orlando ministering through the music,
Yeah.
right?
While
Angelique.
you were ministering to la barriga, comiendo pollo.
I was. Comiendo pollo.
Así yo vi un post ahí, una vaina, un barbecue,
Comiendo
una
pollo,
cosa.
Barbecue. Oh, yeah. I got invited impromptu.
Yeah, you
Las
see.
provisiones de Dios, loco.
Eso es bonito.
J.K. Rock, I appreciate you, man.
¿Viste? Mientras uno
Yeah.
están allá, nosotros ahí, pagando el precio.
Alimentando el espíritu y yo en la carne. Alaba.
Alábalo.
Alábale si puede.
No, pero shout out to CIF Orlando
Yes, sir.
that allow us to be there and be part of it and minister. And also too, shout out to CIF Daltona, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't want to say that we sponsored by them,
No.
maybe spiritually by our
Right,
pastor.
right. But they do help kind
Yeah.
of our program. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
They
hey.
help, they help support our program.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put it down in the description,
Oh, yeah.
so y'all can go and check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah,
Do we have a YouTube page for our church or no?
we're working on it.
Working on it.
Yeah,
All right,
it's coming
all
in
right.
hot. It's coming
Coming
in
in
hot.
hot.
Coming in hot. Yeah.
Coming in hot.
Mira con los copyright.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Coming
hey.
in not. Coming in not.
No, papi, no.
You know?
Yo, why do you think if we do like a react?
Like a reaction video?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. To like what? To like,
Maybe preachings, maybe music videos,
yeah, we can do
maybe like dance.
that. You got served type deal?
Yeah, that would be pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not dancers, but
No. But I mean, anybody could critique, right?
yeah.
Anybody with a voice got an opinion.
Yeah.
Mm.
We can do it. I think we
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah. What y'all think?
Yeah.
I think.
We can do a segment. Not necessarily like, but we can
Right,
do something like that.
Right.
I don't know. We come up with a name or something.
Criticando en serio.
Yo, hey, ya
You
tú
know?
sabes.
You know?
Y hacemos todo así, después cocinando en serio.
Hey.
Hey.
Except I won't be cocinando, but.
Nah, pero inventamos
you
ahí,
know?
loco.
Yeah.
No, señores. Gracias, familia, por conectarse. Gracias por el apoyo, el amor que nos están dando cada semana. De verdad que lo apreciamos bastante.
Most def.
I don't know. Like, I cannot express how happy I am for the support that you guys are giving us.
Absolutely.
It doesn't go unnoticeable. We can see it. We can feel it. We getting there, my family. We getting there, people. All you have to do is just share our content, talk about it.
That's right.
You know,
Like it.
Funny thing though, like, when was it? No, what was it? Friday? Yeah, Friday. So I was getting everything ready. I went to church, picked everything up. Then I came back, and on my way back, my mom calls me, right, and said like, "Hey, I'm at el salon, and I cook.
Yeah.
Come and pick up some food," because she knew I work at night.
Yeah.
And so I stopped by the salon, bro. Shout out to el salon. I'm not gonna say name.
Shalom.
Salón, shalom. Pero, bro, lo primero que fue que casi se me va el oxígeno con el bajo a pelo quemado ahí.
Oh, wow.
but
I
that
don't
was,
miss those days.
yeah, but no, bro. But it was funny because like I'm there, and my aunt was there first, right? And then my mommy was like, I guess al lado del salón, ¿sabes?
La peluquera.
No, el supermarket.
Oh, okay.
And so I hide.
Oh, aquí me invito.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I hide, and my mom like comes in and stuff like that, and she start talking to the ladies or whatever, and she's like, "Yeah, pero así es el carro de mi hijo, whatever." And pues dónde está? No lo veo.
Yeah.
And I'm hiding. And then when she got closer, I jump out and like I scare
Oh, you
her or
scared
whatever, and everybody started laughing. And then like,
Pero era pelo general de ella, ¿verdad? No tenía peluca.
no,
Sí,
mami
porque
no,
si no se le vuela la peluca.
no, mami no usa peluca,
Sí,
no.
Gracias a Dios.
Es un salón dominicano, loco.
Ah, ok.
Esa gente no se le cae el pelo.
Eso es real.
Yeah, eso es real peluca.
Real.
Real.
Hasta la muerte.
Brr. No, but the funny thing is, like, one of the ladies in there, she said, like, oh, but like, you know, I've seen you. And what do you mean? Like, yeah. You like, and then she said, like, your mom, you know, showed us the video and she shared the video with you.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, look at that.
Yeah.
Hasta en el salón no están viendo, papá.
Mira eso, papá.
Ya tú
No
sabes.
solo novela.
No solo novela,
Sino
no solo
relajando
de
en serio.
novela vivirán la peluquera.
Alábale. Sino de los podcasts que tiramos también.
De los relajando en
Ay,
podcast.
papá.
Ey, eso es profético,
Mira,
papá.
eso es relajando en serio 1-1.
Chacho, vamos a tornar todas las televisoras ahora, después de las 12 veces relajando en vez de la novela.
Imagínate. Que compra el programa, loco.
Yeah,
Hay que
but you
pagar.
see, this is the thing. It feels good though
Yeah.
when you go out and you deal with people that like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it feels good. Like you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like you feel like
Right.
you loved.
Yeah.
Like people care.
Absolutely.
People took the time to like, you know, like look at you,
Right.
hear you, check out.
your
Yeah.
content. Yeah.
But like,
But what happens when they don't like you?
right?
Like, what if she would have been like, "Oh yeah, yo te he visto," and like, don't do that.
Right?
You know?
Or like that, like super sarcastica, or like,
right,
oh yeah, you know, like I've seen your videos, I've seen your shows.
right.
You're like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, where's the excitement part? Like, where's like,
Yeah.
dude, like that's crazy.
Right.
So
it
like,
is.
how will you like with that? Like, how will you like deal with it?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, as a content creator, you want people to like your content, right?
Right.
So it's important to try to engage people, to try to capture people, and things like that. But it's important to understand that at the end of the day, and I don't know if the right word is sadly, but sadly, for lack of a better term, not everybody's gonna like it. And
One thing I understand, like one thing, like content. But what if they don't like you?
they don't like me. I think that then comes to a personal issue and a personal problem, right? And not everybody's gonna like me, and I understand that.
Right.
And do I try to treat everybody nicely or the right way or the same way? Absolutely. That's, I believe, my ethical standard and my ethical responsibility. Now, does that always rush well with people? That's where really that question comes into play. Because if what I'm doing, be it right, if what I'm doing is right and somebody doesn't like it, that usually is where the cause of them not liking you comes into play. Now, if you're somebody who's just doing the wrong
But
things,
I don't
it's
think
easy
that's
not to
fair.
like. Why is that not fair?
Because we, let's say for example, like we create content, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't like my content, I'm fine with it.
Right.
You know, because maybe it's not for everybody.
Right.
You know, maybe you're too serious for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, obviously we are relajando en serio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I get that. But now, like, that you jump from my content, not liking my content, but not, you know, like to not liking me.
Right.
That's a different story. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
I
Like,
know-
'cause I can be this person just here because I'm creating,
Right.
you know, a persona on my content.
Right.
Which is not the case. We are the same,
Yeah,
you know,
we-
here, out,
we-
like, whatever.
We're pretty transparent on our show.
But, you know, that they like take it that way that, like, oh, I don't like you. But, well, you haven't met me. You haven't talked to
Right.
me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, a lot of people will make judgments just on what they see, obviously, right?
I mean, yeah.
And so they'll judge us off of our content without knowing the content of our character. You know, it's like the content of your show rather than the content of actually who you are and what you're made of and what you believe in or what you practice.
Okay, so let's put it this way. Bad Bunny.
Uh-huh.
So if you find yourself in the same room with a guy, will you establish a conversation? Like, will you try to like get closer, or would you be like, nah, you Bad Bunny, so I'm not gonna like?
No, I would establish a conversation, or at least try to establish a conversation. Why? Because one, I don't listen to his music. Two, I don't like his music.
Okay,
But three, I don't know the guy.
exactly.
And so as a believer or just what I believe in,
Right.
I can't write you off for what I don't know.
It makes sense.
Right?
It makes sense.
And so many people approach other people by what they see or what they represent or what they think they represent
No.
rather than what that person actually, who that person actually is.
y'all hearing this, like y'all listening to this, right? So, okay, so this is my thing, because we kind of like generalizing, right? So imagine now that we have a bunch of people that might seeing this, and obviously they're Christian,
Right.
and maybe like young people, and then now they're saying, well, but I'm Christian. How I'm supposed to deal with this, being a Christian?
Right.
Because not being a Christian, I can be like, whatever, like
Yeah.
peace out, and I keep walking.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're not called to do that.
No.
So,
No. Well,
like,
yeah.
you see what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
like, when is the fine line? Because I can be like, whatever.
Right.
You don't like me, that's fine. It's your loss.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you let's look at the life of Jesus, right? The perfect example.
He was tough.
Yes, and he was very like it or not. He was, I'm going to speak to you, and I'm going to speak truth to you, whether you like it or not. And that did two things. If you look at scripture, if you look at people with big followings that preach or speak truth, right?
Yeah.
There's a group of people that are completely against them,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a group of people that will completely support them. And so in the life of Jesus, he was either drawing people in or he was pushing people away. And you see it in one of the perfect examples when Jesus is preaching to a multitude, and the disciples tell him, "Hey, Jesus, people are leaving. Like, they're walking out while you're talking." And Jesus got real snarky. And one of the things I love about the way Jesus taught is that he would ask you a question so to make you think about what you're either saying or what you're doing. And so when they tell him, "Master, teacher, people are walking out, like, aren't, your job is to save them." And what he told his disciples was, "Do you want to go as well?"
Yeah.
And so
he was like very sarcastic.
Yeah, he was sarcastic and very like direct.
like, bro,
like, you want to go too?
You want
and I'm sure they weren't expecting that. Like Jesus,
I know, like
the Messiah, the kind person, the el manso, el humilde.
I imagine like all this like.
I can imagine his face too, like
Paul, it's like,
you want to go too? You know what I mean? Like,
a rabbi, like, hello.
All right, like Peter, like they're like, and so, do you want to go too? And quickly they analyze, well, you're the only one that, speaks life, in truth. So where are we going to go if not to you?
Exactly, yeah.
And so he had to bring them back to that realization, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
I have the truth.
I mean, yeah.
And I have the life.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying, like, because in a worldly mentality, we normally like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like that. But now that we have, God in our hearts, I feel like it's the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm walking in truth, but you don't want to walk in truth,
right?
I'm going to still walk in truth.
Right.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Now, you can criticize me, you can talk, and you can say whatever you want.
Right.
I'm going to keep walking, But now it's different. Like, in the world, you do that, but there's resentment. There's depression.
Yeah.
There's all these other things that like they start growing on your heart that at the end of the day is like, why?
Yeah.
Well, deeply inside of you, you care about other people.
Right.
Right. And I feel like that's the biggest fear of any human being.
Yeah. Well, people want to be accepted. Let's just face it. Naturally, you want to be accepted to an extent.
Yeah.
You want to have a community. You want to have a group. You want to have people that you have similarities with. And so, like, if you look at it with plenty of youth, think about Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
A lot of youth were like, well, I don't know if they're going to receive it or how they're going to take it and stuff like that. And so it's really not, should I? It's really, whether they like it or not, I have to. Right? I have to speak truth. I have to say, or I have to live out truth.
I mean, yes. But there's a side of,
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, in our humanity.
Exactly, yeah.
And when you look at scriptures and you look at Proverbs tells you, there's a scripture in Proverbs that says, have good reputation with all men, if possible, right? And you look in the New Testament and it says, keep peace with all men, if possible. Because there's going to be moments where it's not possible, in the sense of you can do all you want, to try to keep a peace with someone.
Yeah.
But some people are not going to accept it. And it's like if you're living out truth and you're living out a way of life that is correct, let's say before God or morally, there's going to be people that are going to be maybe practicing shady business, right?
Right.
That's not a plug, but hey, if you want to put the link, right? That are going to be like, I'm not going to associate myself with this guy. I don't like this guy because what he's living conflicts with what I'm living.
Yeah.
And so we're not going to always get along, or people are not always going to like us.
I mean, yeah, but okay. So I'm gonna ask you this question because I went through a situation like that, like very recent, and I'll be really quick. So I'm dealing with this person, and so I'm talking, and out of nowhere, after a few weeks, disappear, never show up again. I reach out, I text, I call, and nothing. So that person like gave me an excuse, or whatever, like the reason, right? In my head, I didn't consider that it was the right reason, and I even had a conversation and I explained, why, he was feeling that way, and why, things are the way they are, right? And that he's now going through a different stage in his life and his, I would say like relationship and his Christian life, that he's getting mature. So that means that now he's becoming, eligible and mature enough to be a leader. So that's why he probably was feeling like, like to be more like clear, he's like, the youth, yeah, but they're playing too much. So I explained, what I'm saying, like, hey, man, we have different ages, so we have to, kind of like accommodate it for everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be a lot of, entertainment. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a good time. And then we have a word.
Yeah.
So he didn't like that, and I was like, okay, well, I'm still going to love you. And I still reach out to him and I still like text and stuff like that, to the point that like that he was avoiding, So now my thing is, I feel like I stop. I don't know what else to do. So I would say like my question is like when is the point that you say like that's it, like,
yeah,
and you don't keep trying? Because I feel like I was that guy like telling God,
yeah,
like, hey, they're leaving.
yeah, yeah.
And I don't feel like he told me like, well, you want to leave too.
Yeah.
But he was kind of like, I feel like in my heart now, like he was kind of like, well, you want to go after them?
Right.
Go after him.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, what I'm saying? I feel like he was like, I'm not telling you to go after him.
Right.
If you go after him, that's on you.
Yeah.
You might get hurt.
Right.
And I feel like that's what happened. What I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
maybe I don't express it that way, but like, yeah, I got hurt,
Yeah.
And I'm like,
well, and sometimes we've got to give people space, because people they've got to go through their own process.
right.
And sometimes that process is in loneliness, and it is in a place of privacy and solidarity, or where they're just or by themselves,
Right.
where people aren't around, because a lot of people sometimes don't know who they are.
Mhm.
They don't, and they've got to find what is conducive to them, what brings them to Christ, what draws them.
Right.
And a lot of times our circle or our style or our way of being is not the most conducive for that person. It's just not, right? And so to answer your question of when, I think that really comes naturally. And when I say naturally is when, it's one way, right? Because you don't really feel a response. It's one way. And I think finally you reach that point where, you know what, I'm done. And the thing
Right.
is, it's not I'm done with the person, but I'm done.
Well, yeah.
I'm done trying to impose my own will. And I think that's where God starts to really work. And I've been in similar situations to when people then reach out to you. They reach out and they'll write you, hey, bro, miss you,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And you see messages, you're like, oh, wow, like, I thought he was tired of me, but he says he misses me.
Right.
And so it's kind of like what you were saying is that maturity to where that person has to go through their own,
Right.
and there's only so much we can do. There's only so much we
Yeah.
can influence. And that person will come back around. Why? Because you've planted seeds, whether they liked it or not,
Yeah.
that are going to bring them back, and they're going to say, hey, bro, thanks for reaching out. Thanks for, I know maybe we didn't agree or we didn't see eye to eye or,
Right.
but, you were a constant presence.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even when they didn't want it.
That makes sense though. Yeah, because I'm telling you, like I was like,
No,
whether
no
you like it or
it's
no,
okay.
like
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Yeah.
still love you. Like
Yeah.
you don't like us or
Right.
you don't like me probably.
Right.
You know, but I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it's all, just seeds of love.
Hey, you gotta like, share love. You have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah.
But
So-
but it's crazy though, because I feel like in a church environment, we go a lot through that, and I feel like maybe you see it's hard for me to tell, like, and I'm pretty sure for you because you grew up as well in church, you were born in there, your parents are pastors,
Yeah.
but from the outside perspective, for like just a simple like member, I feel like you don't go too much through that. But us that, we grew up in church, we've been involved in ministry
Yep.
since like, little kids and pastors' kids, you leave that a lot.
Yeah.
Like even if it's like, oh, I don't like your parents,
Right.
I don't like you.
Yeah.
Or whatever it might be,
Right.
and I feel like most of the time is like jealousy.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't like you,
Right.
because they feel like we have privileges and stuff like that, which is not. Some places, yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it is, and they roll that way. But it's crazy. I would love to kind of like, I don't know, like I feel like I don't know, because it's just like a weird thing, because we saying like, well, yeah, I keep going, I keep walking, or walk away. But imagine like if the entire church now says like, you know what, I'm just gonna walk away,
Yeah.
whether you like it or no, or I'm gonna act this way whether you like it or no.
Right.
And I just feel like we have to stop like putting our eyes into man,
Yeah.
because that's the whole thing. I feel like I get it. We're not gonna be able to like, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Complacer.
Complacer a todo el mundo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's impossible.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm not working towards
No.
complacer a todo el mundo. We've been discussing that like for a long time. It's like if God told me to do something, whether you like it or no, I'm
Right.
gonna do it.
Right.
Now I have to be smart about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna find the ways that at least I can accommodate
Right.
majority.
Right.
Well,
you want people to have an open ear to receive what you're saying or what you're doing.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I
know?
I cannot discuss that. I cannot come back and say like, oh, this is the way,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the word, yeah,
Right.
this is the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like with the rest, yes, you
Yeah.
have to be compliant is the thing. That's what I'm looking for. No, but
Yeah.
you have to understand that like not everybody's the same. But now this is my thing. Like we're still gonna go through that stuff in church.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Yeah. And it's something that I think the people that are watching us have gone through, and it's something that we face in life.
nah, they don't go through that.
They don't go through it. You guys don't go through that stuff? Everybody likes you. Or do they?
Whether they like it or no.
Whether they like it or not. The important thing is love, though.
Love
Love
all the
people.
time,
Whether they like it or not.
whether they like it or no. Hey,
Okay.
love your enemy, whether you like it or no.
As
Love your
yourself.
neighbor, whether you like it or no.